I'm Dr. Nathalie Johnson. I'm so honored to be here to share with you. Hope the program has been just amazing for you. And I'm going to give a tribute to survivors. And when I think about survivors, I think about it as a journey, and a journey that no matter what race, creed, age, we have a lot of things that we take away from the journey and that we see through the journey in common. There's the diagnosis, finding out you have cancer, the decision making, all the things that you have to suddenly decide what kind of treatment, what kind of surgery, and then getting through the treatment itself, be that surgery, radiation, chemotherapy. Um, and we transition then out of treatment to the after treatment phase. And some of us have baggage that we carry with us. Some it's a small tote, and for some, it's a huge suitcase of residuals that we carry forward after treatment. But we learn through the journey, and we learn to live after cancer. This is a short video that I wanted to share with you. It's one of my patients, and I think it sort of captures how many of us feel at the beginning of this journey.
Isn't it fascinating how your world can change like that? You never see it coming. Nah. One day, like the rest of the world, you can be paying attention to the absolute insanity of everything. And the next day, you can find out you have breast cancer. And suddenly, none of that other shit matters. Yeah.
So it is a journey. And on the other side of the storm is strength, the strength that comes from having navigated through it. And so we raise our sails and we sail through it and begin that journey. And for so many of us as survivors, that's one of the beauties that we can give, is helping others realize that they can raise their sails and they will get through the journey. So we can be mentors. So, yep, spoiler alert, I'm a breast surgeon, but I'm also a survivor. And I've always been an empathetic surgeon. I've walked alongside my patients and tried to understand and share experiences to help other people get through the process. But once you put on the shoes and wear them, it gives you a different perspective. And so some of the things that we think about or that we get from treatment, or I've begun to understand, is just the intrusion of treatment, all the pokes and prods, and how you can have mixed feelings about it. It feels like you're being invaded many times, and so some angst. But on the other hand, you're so grateful for the treatment and for the care, praying for good results, that all of this treatment is going to work to get rid of cancer. One of the funnier things I remember as a part of the journey is people think about nausea and vomiting with chemotherapy, but it's more of GI upset. So some of the things I share with my patients is that when you're out in public and you're going through chemo and you feel rumblings, you got to remember, is it gas or more? And the teary eyes and the changes in nerves and the hot flashes, there's so many things that you experience as you're walking through the journey. And that's not to mention the physical changes that you have with surgery and radiation. But on the other side, there's this feeling of, I made it through. And yet, what am I going to do? Like, you run this marathon and suddenly it's over. So there's a lot of uncertainty that goes along with that. Am I going to survive this cancer? Am I going to have a recurrence? Some of us will. And how do we live in this moment and not worry about what the future is going to bring? How do we adjust to our new selves, all the physiologic and emotional changes that are the result of walking through treatment? There are always ongoing little reminders of treatment. For some people, it's the ongoing endocrine therapy and the changes in body, which can make your relationship and how you relate to your partner, spouse different, and how you learn that physical intimacy is not everything and that you can bond in different ways. and how you learn to live and feel good about yourself with the changes that occur in your body. Incorporating new lifestyle habits, exercising on a routine basis. And this is my point. Exercising, getting cardiovascular exercise for 30 minutes, at least 5 times a week, decreases your risk of recurrence as much as many of the treatments do. And that's something as you can do, you're empowered to do to take care of your own health. And remember to work in balance. So we have a lot of things going on in life and stresses, but you also have to balance that with times of rest and restoration. We keep moving forward, and that's the one thing that survivors are: resilient. You get through it, you get through the journey, and you realize that you're stronger than you thought, more beautiful than you thought. You build on relationships, and you learn to let go of things that are not empowering, that don't restore you, and people that don't restore you. I always try to remember after this journey how grateful I am for life. And I think many survivors take that away as a learning. I encourage people to be grateful for things and every day to remember 1 to 3 things that you are grateful for. And there's studies that show doing that improves your own well-being and health. Set new dreams and goals and live those. And they don't have to be huge and lofty. They can be small things, but set those goals and accomplish them and live your life. Live in today, in the present. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own worries. Live for today. And remember always that you are amazing. You did it. You're surviving. You're thriving. Thank you for letting me share this message, and I wish you all health, happiness, and be safe.